Hi, I'm Mombierella. Welcome to A Tale as Old as Time. Today I'm doing a special for a friend of mine who's planning their first Disney cruise with their family. We have fallen absolutely in love with the Disney Cruise Line. For me, if you're choosing a cruise line, of all the options that you could choose, Disney Cruise Line is the best. So today I'm going to give basically a 101, kind of just the very most basic stuff that you're going to want to look at first for your Disney cruises and what your family needs to know before you even start planning. The first thing you want to think about is the dates. When are you going to go on your vacation? Because that's going to be probably one of the more important things. It'll also affect the next thing you want to think about, which is what ports do you want to leave from? There are a number of Disney ports. They don't just leave from Florida anymore, which is wonderful because it opens up a lot of options and it makes it easier for those of us who don't live in Florida, sadly. But there are 6 continental U.S. ports and 1 in Hawaii. There is 1 in Puerto Rico, San Juan, and 4 in Europe and 1 in Canada. So they actually have quite a few ports now. One of their newest ones was in New Orleans, Louisiana, and they are open to a variety of locations. They have a variety of dates they leave from. For instance, there's one in Texas, but they only leave from Galveston, Texas from November, about the end of November until the very beginning of January. Some of the other ports are the same way. They have certain dates that they cruise and certain times that they take a break, and the cruise ships actually go to the other ports. So you need to know what dates you want to leave, and then you can go onto the Disney Cruise Line website. I have the link down below. Hopefully that helps. And you can use that to figure out which locations and ports you want to look at and what destinations you want to look at. So that's going to be your most important things. There are 4 Disney cruise ships right now. They have the Magic, the Wonder, the Fantasy, and the Dream. The next thing you want to think about is family size. Family size is important because it's going to affect the next thing, your room. Which room do you want to have? Your stateroom there are a variety of stateroom options, and it depends. Do you want to be budget friendly? Are you looking for an inside or an inside deluxe? More luxurious feeling because it has what they call a split bath, for instance, where you have the shower and a sink in one with its own area, and then you have another room part with a sink and the toilet in it. So they all have shelves, and it makes a little bit more space for the restroom area as well. If your family is 3 or 4, you're usually going to have no problem because there's going to be plenty of space in the inside staterooms and all the way until the ocean view. Once you get a family of 5, it becomes a little bit more difficult, sadly, and your options change, but there are ways to be more budget friendly even for families of 5 or more. For instance, the first thing that Disney Cruise Line is going to suggest for you is the deluxe family ocean view with a veranda, most likely. And if that's what you're looking for and it's available, by all means, it holds a family of 5, book it because they will book up fast in most cases. The Disney Cruise Lines do book up completely throughout the year. Now, your room options are going to start with, for the smaller families, for instance, in most cases, inside deluxe, which is the one with the split bath, and an ocean view or an ocean view deluxe. Now, one of the budget-friendly things I was talking about is, say you have a family of 5 or more, even up to 8, you can get yourself a adjoining room with an inside stateroom. You now have 2 rooms, 2 couches, 2 TVs, and it's kind of nice to have that much space. You can spread out a little bit more. And as far as like square footage, you're going to get more having 2 inside staterooms or 2 inside deluxe staterooms that are adjoined as opposed to 1 family room. Now, there are bigger rooms, and you can go up from the ocean view or with a porthole or the ocean view with a veranda, and you can have a concierge level room, which is going to be a nicer level. You're going to have more service, and you're going to have a bit more space in your 1 stateroom that you choose. And they start with the family with a veranda concierge, which houses 5, and then the 1-bedroom suite, which also holds 5. Then up from there, you're going to have the 2-bedroom concierge suite, and that holds up to 7. Then you have the royal suites. Okay, the dream rooms that everyone has on their bucket list, I'm sure. Personally, I want to stay in the Walt Disney royal suite on the Disney Wonder. And it holds up to 7, but it's beautiful. I believe it has its own jacuzzi tub, and they're large rooms. They're on the concierge level. They're really nice, but there's usually only 2 or so of them on each ship, so they book up quickly, and obviously they're not going to be the most budget-friendly choice. So your dates, your port, your family size, and what stateroom you want. Those are the 4 main things that you're going to want to think of first whenever you take a Disney Cruise Line cruise. Once you've got those settled, go to the website or call. One thing that I would suggest for first-time cruisers to get is one of these. Not everyone agrees with me on this, but personally, this is my thing. Every cruise after your first one, they will give you a Disney Cruise Line lanyard, like this one. And it says Castaway Club, because the Castaway Club is basically like their reward club kind of system for cruising with Disney. And the reason I suggest taking a lanyard is because this is your key to the world card. And it's going to be obviously your room key, but it's also going to have other information on it that's really handy. It makes a nice memento because it's got, Captain Mickey. It's got your cruise dates and your cruise ship that you're on. Here it has an A that just stands for adult. M for minor will be on your kids' cards. It'll have your name. There's mine, Mombierella. And then it'll have your Castaway Club member. If you're not a member yet, it should just have the number for your Castaway Club level that you will be later. After your first cruise, you'll become a silver Castaway Club member. And then after that, you become a gold and a platinum. Each level that you get to on the Castaway Club after every certain amount of cruises, you receive different benefits. An earlier boarding time, an earlier time that you can do your online check-in, and you can book your excursions or your spa treatments and things earlier. And Palos on the Disney Wonder is the nice adults-only restaurant, and you can book that earlier as well. I believe the Platinum Castaway Club members actually receive a free dinner at Palos on the Wonder. And the next thing you're going to have on here is your dinner time. And we have the main seating here, which is at 5:45. There's a later one at about, I believe it is 8:30. So if you have young children, you might not want to dine that late. Make sure to ask for the main dining. It's the earlier dining time. And then you're going to have your table number, so they'll know what table you're at. And then this is your rotation. This was from a 7-night cruise, so we had 7 nights at the different restaurants. Animator's Palette, Tiana's Place, and Triton's was the order. Tiana's Place is kind of my favorite. I love the music, the band. This is going to be your muster station, so you have to do a mandatory life drill kind of thing. You don't have to wear your life jacket. You follow the signs, and you can always ask the cast members. They'll tell you where it is. They're usually located in the restaurants, the main dining restaurants, and they will gather you around. They'll show you how to use your life vest. They'll talk about what you do in case of emergency. After that, the fun starts. They begin the castaway party, and so everybody kind of goes down to the main deck, and there's a big celebration. It's so much fun. And then after that, right here, you've got your boarding number. If you pre-booked everything and you have your kids going to the Oceaneers Club, they make sure that your kids' club bracelets are on your kids. Our kids have always loved the Oceaneers Club. If you're worried your kids might not like it, go ahead and sign them up. Let them try it. You can go in there for open house when you first board the ship and check it out together. It's amazing. I wish I could go hang out in there. And during the open house time, the family is actually allowed to go in there. And I do go and hang out with my kids in there, so it's fun. There's also clubs for your older kids, but I don't believe you have to pre-book that. There's the Tween Club, which is 12, 13, 14, and 15, I believe. And then once they hit 15, 16, 17... I'm not sure if it goes up to 18 or not. They have the Teen Club, and it's actually on the Wonder. It's actually on the topmost level, like deck 11, and it's the only thing up there. It's like a little private hideaway. They have the cruise ships so nice for the different age levels. So if you have kids, if you have families, you're going to love it. If you're adults only, you're also going to love it because they have the adult section, family section, little kids section, and I've never not loved our Disney Cruise Line trips. Honestly, like I love it when I'm with my kids. I love it whenever my husband and me have date night. I love it when I'm just wandering around and eating chocolate-covered strawberries in the adult club section at night because I can't sleep. And on this bottom corner here on your Key to the World card, DV, that just stands for Disney Visa. So I love having a lanyard. It's a great way to keep track of my Key to the World. I wear fancy clothes to dinner. I like to dress up, and I don't like to have pockets or a purse on me all the time. They have special phones on the Disney Cruise Line, and each room has a set of 2. We also pay to rent one for each of our children because we have 2 children. And so we all have our own phones, our own wave phones, and they work all over the Disney Cruise Line ships and also at Disney's private island, Castaway Key. Should you go there, you can also take the wave phones on there and use them. I like whenever mine has a clip on it because I will actually hang that also for my lanyard. I've also got a special little pouch that I'm working on selling in my Mombierella store, so I'll put that link on here whenever it's available, and that'll be something like you can carry it on your lanyard, or even if I have little cruise shorts on, some of them don't even have pockets, I'll hook it on my top of my waist part or my belt or my belt loops, and so it's a nice little way to keep your wave phone and not have to worry about having pockets. Hopefully that's helpful. It will help you set up your first Disney cruise or at least get you started. If you have any other questions, please by all means comment below, and as always, please like and subscribe to my videos. I've got links to other ones hopefully that will be helpful for people who are more advanced cruisers. Like once you've had your first cruise, you're going to see some neat little things hanging from people's hooks by their door. That's called Disney fish extenders. So I've got a whole video about them and another one about things that we received from ours. I'm about to make a new one about things that we're giving for our next Disney cruise fish extender. And also I've got a video about free swag that we got from games and things during our Disney cruise, and that's always fun. If you're an adult, one nice thing is that they allow adults to actually dress up more than just bounding. Bounding is fun. I love doing it personally. It's when you dress in the colors and kind of themes of the characters. But for instance, they have a Disney pirate themed night, Pirates in the Caribbean, and everyone is welcome to dress up for those. You will see some of the most extravagant costumes on adults and children alike. So hopefully that's helpful to get you started. And remember, let it go and keep moving forward. Have a magical day. Bye.